Hey everyone, welcome to Click Niger Online Channel. Hi, Hawa.
Hi Shade, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm feeling so good. How are you too?
I'm fine too. I'm so excited to be in the
I
studio
am
with you
so
today.
excited today too. All right, this is In and About Abuja. Here we let you know everything about the city of Abuja and its environment. Not only the locations, we also showcase businesses, live events, and trending issues within the capital city. And together with me is
Hawa Mohammed.
Folashade Akinola.
So this episode of In and About Abuja takes you to top surprising slums within Abuja main city.
Can you imagine there are slums in Abuja? All I can say is Abuja is overrated.
Do you think so? I don't think
I
so.
believe so because I came to I'm actually JJC in Abuja. I came to Abuja in 2022 and I heard a lot about the city. Don't this it's a big city, it's a capital city. Although a few people tried to discourage me from coming to Abuja, but I made up my mind that I was going to come. And coming here, I got here, or more. You have to be in this survival mood. You have to be ready, because the cost of living here is something else.
Yes, it's something else. But how did you find Abuja when you came to
Well, it's a
Abuja?
beautiful city, actually, like you said.
Yeah.
But the cost of living here, and then apart from the cost of living, there are some tips and hacks that I want our listeners to have now, to know now, because when you know this will prevent you from getting into trouble, something that can cost you so much, like it almost cost me, places, the names of places that you need to know, they are all sounding alike. And if you don't know these things, you can get lost in Abuja. For example, Galadimawa and Galadima, they are not the same, my sister and brother.
And you find it confusing. Maybe somebody tells you he's in Galadima, then you want to enter car and they say Galadima. Then you start thinking, did he say Galadima or Galadima? Maybe he didn't say it right, then you end up going somewhere else.
I'm telling you, what about Wuse 2 and Wuse Zone 2?
They are two different areas. When you're talking about Wuse Zone, is towards Wuse Market. But when you're talking about Wuse 2, you are talking about Banex Road.
Yeah, you're actually my boss. So because the other time we were talking, you said you've been in Abuja since 1994, right?
Yes, 1994.
Oh my goodness. So you're my boss now. Me, I am JJ.
So you're even talking about places that sound similar. Somebody earlier was telling us that there is Madala along Suba and there's also Madala in town. So
and
what
we have two Madalas.
Yes, two Madalas.
So Abuja, you have to wake up, be woke, my sister and brother, be woke. So we want to talk about top surprising slums within the city of Abuja, the city center, and sometimes this can be really surprising that in this kind of place you have slums.
Yeah.
But what can we do?
Yeah.
All fingers are not equal, like they usually say.
And slums is about within fabric of urban centers. Not even in Nigeria or Abuja, most developed countries do have slums. So it's not peculiar to Nigeria alone. And there's no warning for what you see when you go to such areas, because there's a huge, lively and beautiful city all around them. But at arm's length, you see people living in unsanitary conditions, very crowded spaces without the necessary amenities and infrastructure.
That's why they actually call it slum.
Yeah.
A slum is a place that is compacted,
And it's also unplanned.
And it's marked by poverty.
Yes,
so that's why you see these people there, people who are earning low income, very low, they couldn't afford to get good apartments to live in Abuja. If you want a self-contained Abuja, just get ready something like 1.5 for just a room
in a very good place.
Just get
that ready if you are planning to move to Abuja.
And also outside the high cost of accommodation within Abuja, there are actually cheaper places on the outskirts. But because of proximity to where these people work and maybe opportunities that present within the city, maybe that is why they choose to live in slums than go to the outskirts and find more decent accommodation.
Yes. So let's take a look at some of these slums. The first on my list is Padna. now located within the beautiful high-rising edifices in Jabi, right around four-star and five-star hotels. FCDA has demolished that place like a million times, yet they still stand. They will come there, they will demolish the place, the people will still find a way back inside the place.
So where do they expect them to go?
That's what I'm saying. If you are demolishing this kind of place, you should provide an
So let me
alternative
tell
for them.
so people that stay around those areas, maybe some have set up petty businesses and they already have patronage.
Yeah.
So if you send them out to other locations, how will they establish themselves again?
How?
So maybe
How?
that is why when they demolish, they keep coming back again because that is maybe life for them.
Yes.
Then there's also Garki village,
Hmm.
the king of all township slums, if not the biggest so far. Many people who say they are living in Garki actually stay there. The slum is just right behind the popular Lagos Street and Samuel Ladoke at Kintola Boulevard in Garki too.
Hmm.
Major headquarters CBN quarters are around this slum, but you'll never know this until you take a few meters from these streets or from Garki Market. This slum is entrenched. I doubt anything can be done about it because there is this native Garki people who still live there to date. In fact, the chief Garki palace, the Garki chief, his palace is
So how do you
slum.
want to unseat them from this kind of place? How would
So
they?
maybe you send notice to the king to vacate the
And then there has to
place.
be a form of enforcement, to
Yeah.
do such. So now let's talk about Pape. When you hear people saying they are living in Maitama Extension, you must know that they are living in Pape.
No, don't shade those that say they live in Maitama
I'm not
Extension.
shading
Maybe
them,
there's
that's
a
the truth of
suburban part of Maitama Extension, so that somebody will not tell somebody I'm living in Maitama and you are sending the messages.
the largest slum in Abuja. Thousands of people in Abuja live there. The road network and facilities are poor, yet so close to the multi-million dollar worth Maitama and Ministers Hill. So come to think of it, if ministers and all these big people, they are passing by and they are seeing these people, how do they feel about them?
So I think it's benefit for one and benefit for all. They are passing by, but they patronize their business and they help them, and they get their fresh produce from them. So it's a win-win maybe.
It's a win-win
of them.
But they can help them now by making the place to be more conducive. Give them basic infrastructure like good road, all those things that they really need in order to have a better place to
But
live in.
these slums are mostly illegal settlements. So by
Yes.
helping them, it's like they're endorsing the settlement
Actually,
that
they
is
are
not
unplanned.
planned.
Yes.
So they can't do that for
Mm.
them because they are not even planned for. They are not part of the master plan of the city. And also we have the Paduma village, which is located right within the high-profile Buzape district.
Mm.
Do you know about Buzape?
No, hey, I just go from my house to my office. I know the way to my office.
So what I heard is that Buzape is like a diplomatic zone where all these top diplomats reside, and it's a very beautiful and new area in Abuja.
Mm.
So we have slum right around that big area, very high beautiful big houses there in Buzape.
Mm.
And there are also others like Akibu around Jabi Utako area,
yes.
Gishiri just across Maitama.
Yeah.
Then we have
Jahi. I've been to Jahi. Yeah, I've been to Jahi.
along next
Cash and Carry.
road. Okay.
And that place is a bit, it's not that bad, but they just need upgrading. They need to upgrade the place. So I think our government can do something to help these people to upgrade that place, in order to give these people a better standard of living. So issues arising from the slum situation in Abuja. Some of the issues are that is peculiar to these slums is that you have cheaper goods.
Yeah.
Most of these rich people send their maids or staff to these villages or nearby to buy their stuff because they know they will get things cheaper there.
Then also a market that is close by, you have accessibility to fresh food instead of driving far to big markets.
Or
therefore-
supermarkets.
Yes, or supermarkets.
And odd hours, people can buy stuff at odd hours, because shops within There you could have closed, supermarkets could have closed, but around 11 p.m. you can still see something to buy in this kind of places.
So all this we have listed are the positives, but then there are
Positives.
also negatives
Yes,
to the
yes.
slums, such as threat to safety. This isn't even a threat to safety for those who think they have protected themselves in high-grow areas. There is inequality, which is right beside you in close proximity to you. So it's like entices them to want to have what you have, and maybe in the process they will want to take that from you.
Yes, and also insecurity, like lack of infrastructure, creates an environment of obscurity and anonymity, ideal for those with criminal intentions. Criminals, miscreants, and kidnappers find refuge in the chaotic sprawl of these areas. They do their evil. So, where anonymity is provided by the absence of street names and addresses, this aids their escape from the arm of the law, and this results in situation of like a cycle of crime and fear, among people who are living around these slums.
So now let's talk about the failure of government in its own responsibility. What is government doing to elevate the people living? Everybody, what is government doing to make life better for the citizen so we don't have this kinds of huge contrast in the standard of living?
Hmm. There was even something I learned that government was, has put together some programs and some initiatives in order to upgrade these slums, but they have not really implemented some of these things. You hear about Ministry of all these developments and all that. You hear them, but they have not really done anything, positive in order to makes these people have a better kind of livelihood.
So now let's talk about private sector and civil society organizations. They can also invest in infrastructure development, community services, and job creation programs. They can also provide food, medical care, and basic education to the residents as interventions through their donor funding to reduce these inequalities.
Yes, then education, private organization can also come and provide basic education for the children of these slums. They need, come to think of it, when you hear school fees, you're hearing 200,000 and all these things. So they need help. Government needs to help. Some of these children they have very high IQ, they're very intelligent, but because they don't have the best of education, you just find them, just hawking or doing all sorts of things they are not supposed to do. So they can come in and help and assist them in this area as well.
So I think this is where we should wrap up today's edition of In and About.
Yes, yes. So we're so glad, we're so happy to be with you today on In and About the city of Abuja. We hope that you will join us again for another interesting edition of the program. My name is Folashade Akiola.
And I am Hawa Mohammed. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.